Hi everyone, Barry Mitzman here from Barryana on Instagram, barryana.com, and then the more recent development, the WOV Life. Barryana started as a modest fashion blog, and as time went along, I realized that that wasn't necessarily where my heart was fully invested into, and I started the WOV Life, which is a podcast where I try to discuss topics that help today's women get themselves on a more mindful and intentional track with their lives. A little bit about me. I am, by nature, a huge overachiever. If I do something, I want to do it 3,000.5%. And I want to do anything and everything. And in recent months, I've been trying to figure out why. And a friend of mine recommended that I read this book called The Gift of Imperfection by Brené Brown. And I realized that the reason why I felt this need to try to do anything and everything for anyone and everyone was because of a feeling of unworthiness and trying to protect myself from feelings of shame. Brené Brown is an expert in the research of shame, and I myself am an expert in experiencing the feeling of shame. I think that a lot of people like myself just try to do as much as possible to prevent a situation where we feel like we are not enough. If I run this fundraiser, then maybe I will be worthy, maybe I will be enough. If I decide to do this workout program rigorously, however many times a week, then maybe I will be worthy. If I make a fancy dinner instead of mac and cheese or leftovers, then maybe I'll be worthy of love, of acceptance, of things like that. And I realized just how connected this is to shame because I started the WOV Life podcast while I was not well. And I pushed myself and pushed myself and pushed myself to make episodes every single week, despite how I was feeling, despite what was going on around me. I would crawl out of bed into my closet and just record. And I would push them out, and people would just send me these really kind, amazing, well-intentioned messages that would just make me cry and feel like a piece of garbage. Why? They would say, wow, this is amazing. Thank you so much. You do so much. I don't know how you do it. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in bed, snacking on a bag of chips, watching Netflix because I can't physically get out of bed because I'm in so much pain. And though incredibly well-intentioned, I felt as though I felt shame. I wasn't being shamed. And the feeling of shame does not come from somebody else. It's how we interpret the world around us. And I realized that there's a few things that we need to do in order to prevent that. So the first thing was to try to accept the fact that I can't do everything, and that's okay. And if I don't make dinner one night and I ask my husband to make dinner, he's not going to love me any less. If I decide that I need a babysitter, even if I'm staying home, I'm still worthy of love and acceptance and things like that. If I just can't do dishes, I'm still worthy of love and acceptance, and that's okay. If I say no to somebody who needs help, it doesn't make me any less of a person. I also learned that if you want to vent or complain or express your feelings of shame, which you should, do not do it on social media, because as much as you might think you know people on social media, you don't. And very often, people don't know how to express empathy properly on social media. I've seen a lot of threads of people having discussions, and there was one about somebody struggling with a newborn baby and having a really tough time. And I saw a comment that just said, please just keep in mind that at least you have children and some of us don't. That just makes everybody feel bad. So putting that out there I don't think it's going to help anyone. What is going to help is finding people that you resonate with, that you connect with, that can say, that stinks. That stinks real bad. And I've been there, and I'm so sorry that you have to go through this. How can I help? So, talking about it with people that understand and have the ability to be empathetic is one of the most important things you can do besides for working on yourself internally. But I guess that's also internal work because you need to learn to ask for help or, I really need to talk about this. I'm really struggling. Can I speak to you about it? So, with that, I hope we all can just continue to grow and learn and become more mindful women who live intentionally and know that no matter how much we do or how little we do, we're enough and we're worthy.